What up, what up, what up? This is Eleohah with the motherfucking beat table. What is cracking? Yo, so check it out. On this segment, I want to talk about who is Eleohah. Who's Eleohah? Who's love over anger? How did that come about? How did that shit start? Where did it come from? You know what I'm saying? I kind of want to touch bases on that because I did touch a little base on that when I first started. The beat table was like about, what was it, like maybe 2-3 years ago now? Maybe 3 years ago. But I never really got tapped into like, who am I? You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure, a few people want to know who I am. A few people want to know what got me going, what got me started. You know what I'm saying? And, all that shit. So here we go. This is episode 1 on who Eleohah is. So what up? My name is Raymond. Some of my family members, some of my cousins call me Ray. But to everybody else, I'm Eleohah. You know what I'm saying? I'm love over anger. And I went a little further and I started calling myself Eleohah, which is Eleohah in Espanol. Man, as far as I can remember, the first time me hearing music, I remember my pops always listening to, his type of music, like oldies, old school. You know what I'm saying? In the back of his cars and shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm pretty sure I've been listening to to the type of music that I love for a very long time, since I'm pretty sure since I came out the womb. But what really got me intrigued and going on like loving music is, from what I remember, my dad and my older brother. My dad took us to our tia Marta's house in Westminster, and we would always go visit our primo Fonzie and Ralphie. Big ups to the primos right there, man. Mad love to those primos right there, man. They've always looked out for me. You know what I'm saying? They've always had my back. They've always been there for me, as far as I can remember. But this particular moment, I remember my dad saying, "Hey, we're going to your cousin Ralphie and Fonzie's house with Tia Marta, and we're gonna go over there and chill and shit. We're gonna go visit them." And I was like, "Damn, okay, cool." I remember rolling up, and I remember, seeing my cousins, and from what I could remember, I don't know if it was this time, but they rode up like in a lowrider bike, because at this moment, like, I'm pretty sure they're already like gangbanging and shit. You know what I'm saying? They're already like doing their thing and shit. And I don't remember like super details, but the reason I'm bringing this up is because I do remember one thing. And I remember going into the room and they had a turntable, they had a record player, and we went in, and I heard a bunch of like old school music playing. But I remember this specific song. Oh my God, I can't believe I can't remember it right now. I was literally trying to remember that shit like right before I started recording this shit. I was like, I'm gonna remember this because I just started thinking about it. I just started thinking about my primos, and I started remembering this fucking song. It was by Earth, Wind, and Fire. Anyways, I'll remember it later on. But anyways, they're playing a lot of music within that time. But I remember them playing this one record. And I was like, man, this joint is dope. This is a dope ass joint right here. As far as I could remember, me being little, I knew that I loved music. I knew that I I wanted to do something with music because I would want to enter like talent shows of doing music, like memorizing like some bars from like some rappers, and and being excited and telling it to my older brother, like, hey, fool, like I remember this, this verse from this song or whatever. Shit, I remember being like, 9, 10 years old and telling him, I remember this track from living in Texas to, you know, coming back over here to California. I remember, just being in love, with music. I remember my stepdad Mike. I remember when we were little, we would go visit my mom, and he had an NWA record, and he was like, "Hey." He's like, I'll buy you this if you remember this song right here. Like if you try to memorize it. And I was like, hell yeah, okay, cool. And we memorized that shit. You know what I'm saying? So just as far as I can remember, I knew that I wanted to do something with music. I didn't know if it was gonna be hip hop. I didn't know if it was gonna be old school. I didn't know if it was gonna be rock. Because I remember my uncle Noé also would listen to certain genres of music, and I'd be like, damn, that's just dope, like Alanis Morissette, the Cranberries, fucking Smashing Pumpkins, and then my brother listened to rock, heavy metal. My uncles in Texas listened to heavy metal. I was just around so much shit, you know what I'm saying? At a young age, like super young, like really young, not even tapping in to start making music yet. I didn't start tapping into making music till I was like I'm gonna say like 15, 16 years old. I'm gonna say that I started when we moved back from Texas to the San Fernando Valley. I remember some of the homies right there that I started meeting. They were doing music already. There was a beat maker by the name of Maurice, right there in Panorama City, and he was making beats and shit, and I was just like, man, like, I want to rap and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't even thinking about making beats yet, but I know that I had already started beatboxing. Like, there's so many people that take, you know, that have to do with why I fell in love with making music, with either rapping or making beats, because everybody that I was around was always playing music. Like no matter what it is that they were doing, working on their car, cleaning their house, whatever it is, cooking, like whatever, it was always music playing, like always a reason to play some music. But I remember going into high school, I met the homie named Robert. He went by S Rock. He was a b-boy, but he was a beatboxer. And I hadn't even thought about making beats yet. All I know is that I was like rapping, I was like freestyling with cats, just getting high and shit, blazing and shit, fucking, sipping on 40s and shit, like, and just freestyling with cats, just whatever came to the head. And this one homie Robert was like, yo, like, let me kick a beat for you while you freestyle and shit. And I was like, all right, cool. So he kicked the beat, and I was like, what the fuck? This motherfucker fucking making beats with his mouth and shit, you know what I'm saying? Because I would see it from, like, the Fat Boys and fucking fuck, my mind is fucking blank right now, dude. Like, that shit is crazy. Oh my god. Fuck, I can't even think of what people were. But I had already heard of like fucking beatboxing and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I was already watching like the graffiti movies, the hip hop movies, Crush Groove, Beat Street, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Wild Style, different types of movies like that. So fucking the homie started beatboxing and shit, and I was like, oh, what the fuck? That shit's dope. Fucking, I was like, yo, you should teach me how to do that. He's like, all right, cool. So he taught me how to do it, and bam, I fell in love with beatboxing. So then I'd go to the neighborhood, right there on Moonbeam, and the homies was freestyling, and I just start kicking beats for them. Bam, 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 just started beatboxing and shit, you know what I'm saying? Because I was like, man, we never had a beat and shit, so I'm gonna start, creating beats, with my mouth and shit, start beatboxing and shit. So the homie Maurice, the homie Mo Beats was like, yo, I have this software if you want to, put it into your computer, and you could start making beats and shit. And it was
A few minutes later.
all right, so had a little hiccup, of course. Fucking ran out of storage in my phone, but it's all to the good. We back, we back. But yo, so back to the story. So the homie hooked it up with a software to make beats. What the fuck was it called? Damn, dude, my mind is super blowing blanks today, dude. Not fucking fuck, I don't even know what it's called. Anyways, he gave me a program and I started using it and I didn't really like it. I was like, "Do you have anything else?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, I have this one program. It's called Fruity Loops." And I was like, "Oh man, okay. Let me check that one out." So he shot me that one and bam, I fucking fell in love, bro. I fucking fell in love. I fell in love. I started making beats for myself. I fucking met somebody. I moved to Arizona. I kept making. I couldn't afford to purchase beats. I wanted to keep rapping, but I was like, yo, I fucking need beats. These people are charging, which is fine. Like that's fucking dope. Like to purchase beats from people and shit. I've purchased mad beats from people, but at the moment I couldn't. You know what I'm saying? And so I just, purchased another computer and continued making beats and continued recording albums. The first project I recorded was through those little fucking computer microphones, and I just plugged it in through the fucking back of the computer where it had the mic jack, and that shit sounded fucking horrible, yo. It sounded fucking horrible. It sounded fucking nasty, right? But fuck it, hey. It was what I had, you know what I'm saying? But I started making beats, started making beats, started making beats. I would at the time I was doing like original shit, like figuring out like the keys. I had like I was using the letter keys on the fucking keyboard of the desktop. Because with Fruity Loops, that's what it'll allow you to use that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I was figuring out the keys on that shit, the drums, the snares. That's the thing about me is that I would do my own drums. Like I would never loop drums or nothing like that, like sample drums. I do that a lot now. Now I do that a lot, but back then I was just like creating my own, you know, simple like simple ass fucking drums was like boom, bat, boom, bat. You know what I'm saying? Adding like fucking psychedelic ass sounds like synths and fucking synth bass and fucking ambient sounds and that was my shit. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, at that point, I was going by Crozak the Great. That was like in 2001. I think it was like 2001. Yeah, 2001. I was going by that name, and that's because the home. No, I was going by Crozak. I was going by Crozak. My bad. I was going by Crozak. And because the homie named me Crozak Wing Shoes, because when I was skateboarding, I would do like big shit, like big stairs, big gaps, all that shit. So, as a graffiti artist, that's what I was known by. I was known by Crow. So, that fool started calling me Crozak. So I used that as my beat name, MC name, whatever. And I fucking fell in love, dude. I fell in love. It's took a toll on my life since. You know what I'm saying? I'm still here. I'm still here. I got way better fucking equipment. I've had multiple studios, but due to unfortunate circumstances, you know, you win some, you lose some. You know what I'm saying? And this is what got me going. This was the first step of getting me going. This was the light, the fire under my ass and shit. You know what I'm saying? Those few years, those long years of getting me going to actually sit down and start making beats was due to all of that shit from going to my primo's house and listening to my uncles and aunts' music and from different states, from Cali to Texas to going to high school and my homie teaching me how to beatbox and my older brother getting me into the whole music shit and just all those things right there is what got me to finally put that program into my computer and start fucking using it and start using that shit and start learning Fruity Loops. I use that shit till this fucking day. I use it till this day and I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I fucking love it. I love it. I love Fruity Loops. I got that shit. I got that shit fucking tattooed on my arm. You know what I'm saying? I got that shit. I got that shit tattooed on my arm, dog. You know what I'm saying? But this is the first chapter. You know what I'm saying? This is the first chapter. What got Alloway to start making beats, and that's the first chapter. And tomorrow, stay tuned for chapter 2. You know what I'm saying? Stay tuned for chapter 2, man, and we're gonna get it going. My name is Eleohah. I'm with the motherfucking Beat Table, and it's a podcast for beat makers. You know what I'm saying? And we're telling our stories. We're telling our stories, and we're letting people know what and how and when and why. You know what I'm saying? It's Alloway, baby. It's love over anger. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it.